morning, everybody. Martin here. Welcome back to Stanford's Modern Homestead. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to build a chicken brooder. The dimensions of this chicken brooder are essentially 4 feet by 4 feet, 2 feet tall. So we need to rip this 4x8 sheet of plywood in half. Be careful not to pinch the blade. So now we have the 4 sides cut to dimension. And we'll come up 12 1/8, 12 1/16. That'll form the top portion. And then take a measurement on the piece of plywood itself, and we'll see that it's just under ½ inch, closer to 7/16. So we'll make it a ½ inch so they can pass between each other. So if this is 1.5 inches, I'm going to go over to 2 inches. 2 inches. I already have the top of the cut, so we'll take the square this off. I'll do that for all these pieces, and I'll show you how we cut it. I'll show you something. This tab is susceptible to break off. If you leave it like this, it's going to possibly snap off, and then you're left with unusable sidewall. So what I want to do is reinforce this with some scraps that I have underneath my chop saw over here. So I put together the brooder with the sides out that I want to have showing. And as you can see, the pieces all set down there nicely. There's a little bit of a gap. There's a little bit of a gap in here, so they slide together fairly nicely. The other purpose for putting it together now is to mark where these scabs will go to reinforce those tabs. So what I want to do is mark where these reinforcement pieces are going to go, so there's no confusion when I have it up on the table. So in this case, let's look at this corner. In this case, you wouldn't want them both here and here, because they would hit each other. So really the only reason we're doing this is for this lateral reinforcement, so they can go on the back side. So I'll mark this side, and we might as well just do the same thing on all of them. This one could go here because it won't strike, it'll be out of the way. But we'll just put them on the insides of all. So now what we want to do is apply these reinforcements to the edges of each one of these pieces of plywood. And I have this little nifty glue dispenser here. It's you can get it on Amazon, but it's really handy. Just glue them up. And just staple them on. So to make the top, what I did is I bought some 1x4 8-foot. These happen to be pressure treated. You don't need pressure treated, obviously, but if you've seen the current prices of wood lately, and the lack of it, they didn't have any 1x4s where I bought this in pine. So using the pressure treated, it'll serve the purpose. It won't be in direct contact with the chicks. So this should be safe and good to go. I'm going to cut these on the miter saw, 45-degree angle corners. You can also do a lap joint if you use the 2x4. You can do that as well. We just screw the corners together using the jig, and when you put the construction cloth on, you'll see that it rigidifies the frame, so it's not all wobbly. It does a good job at keeping it from flopping around. So let's get to cutting these at 4 foot on a 45. So now that we have these pieces cut, we're going to use a hole jig. Set the torque so that you don't over torque them. You don't want to rip them out. So now what we're going to do is join these together using the screws. Lay out your pieces to form the 2 foot by 4 foot rectangle. Look pretty good. Take the first screw on the bit here. Frame. We'll be putting the construction cloth on the inside of this, leaving the top side without any. As you can see, it's pretty strong as it stands. This is a 24-inch, 10-foot roll, a 1/2 inch hardware cloth, meaning the spacing between the squares here are 1/2 inch. So this is 24 inches and the frame is 24 inches, so you can just apply this directly on the frame. So now it's time to put the hinges on. So now let's put it together. It'd be best when you position these to position the grooves standing up. Get one of the walls together. You can just kind of slide it in from the top. And we'll do this one. And the final piece Here's a chicken brooder folded up and stacked. You can see it takes up a pretty small footprint here, and you can store it conveniently in a small space. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please subscribe, hit the like button, and let your friends know. And we firmly believe that if you take care of your homestead, it'll take care of you.